Hey there! We wanted to make this video today on the Akashic Records. This is a question we get asked a lot. And we've been doing work in the Akashic Records, reading people's records for a few years now. We've done hundreds of readings and it's our jam.
Yeah,
we love it. So it's one of our favourite topics.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and explain a really big kind of question.
Or a vast concept.
Within 5 minutes. So bear with us.
Yeah.
So how would you start?
Well, I would say the Akashic Library or the Akashic Records is like a big etheric library or a database of information. So it can be accessed through deep states of meditation. Some people go there in their dream state. So we go there between lives and or on psychedelics. So things like it's a big database of information. So about your soul's journey so far, right?
Yeah. And it's not a new concept. It's the Akashic Records has been known especially in ancient civilizations for a very long time. It's mentioned in the Bible, for instance, as the book of life, like as in our soul's book that has our journey in it. It's also mentioned in ancient Veda, like the word Akasha, for instance, is Sanskrit for ether or spirit. And it's also mentioned in, I think, ancient Buddhist texts as the Big Sky Library, which is kind of how we like to describe it, a huge database or etheric library that holds the records of our soul's journey through time and space and everyone's soul's journey who's here on this planet. Knowing that, I know it's a big concept, why would we get a reading done, for instance?
Yeah. That's a great question.
I'll handle that to Hannah.
Thanks very much. So why would you get a reading done? Well, essentially, first readings especially, a lot of past lives come up, right? So our souls are infinite. We've all been here so many times before, right? But through these past lives, we accumulate trauma. We repeat behavior patterns or relational patterns. And essentially, until your soul's ready to ascend, you will be stuck in a cycle of repeating these patterns, a karmic cycle.
Yeah.
So the power of bringing up a past life is bringing that story or that unconscious story to the forefront so it can be released. So it's not driving your life anymore. So you can ascend past it, essentially.
Yeah, it's like when we do an Akashic Records reading, it's like we're writing a new story. We're writing a new record for that person or that person's soul journey. So a lot of us are caught in these kind of karmic loops of repeating the same behaviors or
doing
lessons.
Doing the same dance with
the same people and things like that. The same souls, all incarnating again, over and over. So what we do is we break that cycle, especially if it's a negative one, and we can release it because we hold it in our energetic field or in our aura, that whatever that energetic blueprint is, and then we keep manifesting it, we keep attracting it. So when we start to clear out those traumas or whatever we've experienced either in this life or whatever conditioning we've experienced in this life or past lives, that's when our aura can become clearer. We can become clearer with our soul and who we are at that authentic, true, divine nature, our infinite self. And that's when our life can really change because our aura is clear. We start manifesting new opportunities. We start writing our own records. It's like we become the driver of our life instead of the victim. We see our life from up here rather from down here. We realize that life is happening for us and not to us. So it's a very, the more readings you have, it's like unpeeling an onion, getting to that core, and you just keep unpeeling any layers that you don't need anymore, that you need to shed.
Yeah. Love that.
Hopefully that makes sense. And what about soul gifts and things like that?
Yeah, so the flip side of it as well is, yes, you bring up the traumas and the heavy stuff because that needs to be released so we can create a void for new stuff to come in. But you can also uncover soul gifts. So many of the people that have been to us might have been healers, or they may have these really, really strong gifts that they're not aware of in this life. So getting an Akashic reading is like dusting off these old lives. And it's like a process of remembering who you are at an infinite level. So we see a lot of healers, for instance, or people who are have very strong intuitive gifts, but they might be a little bit
they're kind of, a little bit hidden, or
Below
they're
the surface.
So it's kind of like unpeeling those layers and allowing those gifts to come to the surface, or even to feel more confident in your gifts, which is really, really, really important.
Yeah, totally. Like, a lot of people feel it, but they don't quite know how to put their finger on it. So getting a reading is really good for confirming what you may already know anyway. So yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And clearing the chakras. You know, getting rid of any gunk that we've accumulated, which we all accumulate.
Yeah.
That's just life, right?
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. We hope it makes sense. Please make some comments below if you have any questions. We're happy to answer them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bless.